And welcome on this Saturday evening. I'm Tom Vic. I've got a lot of weather to talk about and a lot of camera and sky cam pictures that we want to show you here across Central Louisiana with our CNOW Weather Network, courtesy of several folks. This one's CNOW Broadcasting on Texas Street there, where we're showing Alexander. Yes, it's still a wasp cam. That guy's going to put me on royalty here since I show him a lot. And I also want to kind of introduce you to something like Meteorology 101, a basic thing in meteorology where we show that the weather is not the same where you are as someone else is. It differs from place to place and from time to time. So this is the look from Texas Street in Alexandria. Mostly cloudy skies. See a little sun trying to get through. It's 86 degrees. Over toward Rapides Hospital, likewise, we see maybe a little bit more clear sky overhead, but it's still mostly cloudy. These clouds left over from previous showers and thunderstorms. Again, this is looking north and northeast there toward the Curtis Coleman Bridge. And then going into Jena, 78 degrees. They had rain, and there's still a sprinkle lingering there, but it's not as intense as it was. It was reducing visibility pretty well. And so this is a rain-cooled shot here. To the right, you see a little bit of sunshine getting through as well. And looks like we got maybe another wasp competing here over in LaSalle Parish. First time I've seen that over there. Natchitoches a little bit warmer, 86 degrees. So you see the difference in sky and temperature as I go through these cameras. It's a mostly cloudy sky, showers in the area there, but nothing big. Toledo Bend, we're 87 degrees. We see a little chop on the water. In fact, from time to time, you see a little bit of a white cap there from these outflow winds that come through with these showers and thunderstorms. So that's looking down Highway 6. Again, showers in the distance. Leesville, 83 degrees. We see some clouds left over. Most of this is high level cloudiness, but just to the left of the shot there, we kind of see maybe a rain shaft in the distance as well. A little filtered sun getting through on the right. And again, 83 there. It's 91 in northeast Beauregard there between Ritter and Dry Creek. As we see clouds still in that local area, but the best coverage of the rain now has shifted northward there from that particular area. I think I saw a bird there, so we'll call this a bird camp for now. And in Stellies in LeBeau, the hottest place, 95. It's mostly cloudy. Those folks have pretty much seen their rain chances for the day as the sea breeze has kind of pushed everything up to the north. Daytime heating activating in the storms as well. So let's take a look at that radar as we see. Again, did you notice the variation in temperature and the view? We've seen those outflow boundaries continue to be pushed out of these showers and thunderstorms here across the area, just kind of dotting the landscape in kind of a random pattern or random seemingly to us as we watch. And I'll put this back into motion where we can see there's a big outflow across Sabine. Here's one moving the opposite direction. Look at that. This one moving northwest, this one moving southeast in Vernon, and then one moving northwest there across Natchitoches Parish, and then pushing to the northeast across northern LaSalle, and looks like even down toward LaSalle Parish and to Avoyelles Parish and southward. We're seeing a little bit of outflow there coming into northern Allen and Evangeline Parish. So each time these act like miniature cold fronts. They push through, they lift the atmosphere. The atmosphere is hot and unstable and humid, so it rises and produces the updraft to supply these showers and thunderstorms with their energy there. So no alert. Let me check alerts. Just being, yeah, there's nothing here locally. Thought there might be maybe a special weather statement or something from the National Weather Service, but so far this has been pretty much garden variety stuff here across the area for now. All right, let's look at the pattern going for the satellite and radar on a more national scale. Here's a little front up to the north. You kind of see this motion of clouds and then opposite motion. So there's a circulation. This is clockwise. This is the high pressure ridge right here. So we're kind of on the edge of that, where we see the a little belt of wind aloft. And so that adds a little oomph to the atmosphere. If you get the sea breeze to the south, you pushing in, you get the daytime heating, of course, the humidity making things unstable as well. So you get these scattered showers and thunderstorms as this energy comes in from the northeast. And it's common for there to be little ripples of energy aloft. And again, that sort of creates upward motion and adds to the upward motion created by the daytime heating. And so that is going on a large scale. Now let's go to the futurecast, what to expect for your Sunday for maybe going to church about mid-morning. It doesn't look like any issues happening there by the time church is out. By noon, things looking okay, but as we get into afternoon and evening, some hit miss showers and a few thunderstorms will come in. Looks like they may be coming from the different directions. We get a little bit of different circulation pattern from that high pressure ridge, and that will continue throughout the evening. Can't rule out a strong storm or two with these type of patterns, but all in all, we'll keep our eyes on things just in case a warning is issued. That's not expected. Let's go to the tropical probabilities now. We are watching these systems. AL94 continues to show that it is going to head toward Mexico under this ridge that I showed you that up in this particular area. It can't come in against the ridge. So the ridge has kind of shut the door there, so it's going to be pushing that to Mexico. And there are two previous systems that did the same thing. All right, let's go into the next system. This is actually Hurricane Beryl, which is across the Atlantic, again, first one of the year. You can see the track keeping it a major hurricane well into the Caribbean, and then some weakening occurs with land interaction with Jamaica, maybe Hispaniola a little bit, maybe the islands a bit further back downstream, but there's also going to be some increasing deep layer vertical wind shear in this direction. So we're optimistic that that should weaken the storm from a hurricane, major hurricane, to maybe a Cat 1 or Cat 2 as it gets into the northwestern Caribbean. Right now, it is a 75-mile-per-hour hurricane, just to attain that strength. A brisk westerly motion. Many times these tropical systems, if they're moving too fast, they won't intensify, or intensification is very slow. This one's moving pretty quickly. That's about 50% higher than the typical 15 miles an hour that we see in this part of the world. And this was only the second tropical cyclone, tropical storm, named tropical storm or hurricane in that part of the Atlantic, that far east, in June. So this has been kind of an unusual thing, but it's going to be a significant weather maker, I'm afraid, for some of these islands in the Caribbean as it plows through that particular region. Now let's look at a few possibilities of what might happen beyond this time frame. Hurricane Center, this is the official forecast from the National Hurricane Center, taking it to the Northwest Caribbean there in 5 days, which would be on Thursday, I believe. And let's see, beyond that, I have a few spaghetti plots for you to give you an idea of what might happen afterwards. So here we come with this. I think we can rule this one out right here, going through the Bahamas and Hispaniola there. But these make sense over in this direction. And what we think will happen is that maybe the ridge that's steering things right now will kind of weaken, and another ridge may be able to flow back over this way, and that may protect Louisiana and some of these areas across the central Gulf Coast, and that circulation clockwise may push this one again, maybe to Mexico or Texas, is my guess right now, as things I'm seeing. So these things are very tricky. They depend on small scale things. They depend on much larger scale things. So that's the forecast there. We also have a undesignated system out in the Atlantic, not far from where Beryl developed, that could pose some issues. I'll start picking up some information on that for you in future casts that I do. Let's go to the 7-day numbers. What to expect here in Cenla as far as your general forecast is concerned. Well, it's going to be a hot time in the cities in Cenla. We've got temperatures above normal both during the day and during the night, so a little bit of heat stress there. Heat indices every day that you see over the next 7 will be somewhere between 100 and 115, which is a little worse than it typically is for this time of year, and that's something you would expect with higher than normal temperatures, and humidity will be at a little bit higher level than it typically is as we get out of June and get into July. So that's the kind of forecast we've got as far as temperatures. Notice we have a daily rain chance. Best shot looks like Monday. A little front may settle in close to the area. It'll be close enough to kind of jumpstart things that day. And likewise for next Saturday, maybe a little front coming out of the northwest there in that particular situation. And remember what I keep saying this, but it's an interesting observation I've made over many years of looking at this stuff, is that when we start getting fronts in the warm season, in the summertime here and early fall, you can almost judge that the tropics may be active at that time. There's a good correlation. It's common to see that correlation, and that's exactly what's happening. it didn't turn out this way, but look at the 4th, the best day maybe of the 7 with the lowest rain chance. But it'll be plenty hot, folks. Be careful out there on the 4th from the heat. But right now, your rain threat is looking fairly low. All right, that's all I've got for you. Nick Michaelis, I think, will be back with you, maybe updating things tomorrow, depending on his trip back. And then, of course, I'll be with you as well. We'll keep an eye on things, and thanks for your support, and have a blessed Sunday.